All right, guys, how's it going? Let's talk about Ibrahima Konate. He, of course, is the latest Liverpool player to deliberate over his future. He's confirmed that he's been offered a contract by the club, but it remains unchanged. Now, do you remember, it weren't so long ago, was it? Well, maybe it was now. We've had Christmas and New Year. That it was this close to being signed. Do you remember? I think it was that Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah. Him, yeah. Some of you won't understand why we shout Mo Salah. I stopped doing it recently, but I'm going to keep doing it again to annoy people that got earphones on. So, Fabrizio Romano was, you know what he's like, like he'll tweet something, it's this close. And then an hour later, he'll go, it's this close. You know what I mean? He just fucking goes on about it forever, doesn't he, until it happens. Or in this case, doesn't happen. And I think Konate maybe references him in his latest quotes. So, there was this, let's just stick with my notes I've got here, then I'll offer some input, right? He was asked whether a new deal was on the table. Yes, he replied. And then he was asked whether he was close to signing it, and he said, that's another conversation. Well, his actual words were, this is another conversation. About being close, he also said, who talked about that a few months ago? The club didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. It's one person that said that, who he's referring to there, right? I think he's on about Romano there, right? He says, I didn't know after I spoke with the club, but I think I'm really focused on what happens now. We will see what will happen. So in other words, cut a long story short, here we have another player that is not committing to the club. And then that obviously sets off all the Twitter twats, like yesterday it was all, there was claims that he's not signing because he's waiting to see what happens with the other ones. I don't believe that for 1 minute, personally. I think they're lowballing him. That's what I think they're doing. I think this is a pattern that we're seeing at the moment. So why do I feel like that? Right, so maybe you can't join the live streams very often. It's a topic we go over all the time. So let's take Virgil van Dijk. For example, do you really think Virgil van Dijk, a humble gentleman like him, class act on the pitch and off it, do you really think he would be taking the piss out of Liverpool with his contract demands? Do you really think that? Now, Virgil knows what he's worth, without taking the piss, and that'll have been conveyed to Liverpool. And the reason he hasn't signed anything yet is because, in my opinion, and I can't back it up, but it's just my opinion, and, it doesn't matter why I've come to that conclusion, but I certainly haven't had anyone, within a network or group of friends or sources, I hate using that word, that said, hey, Dunk, he's not signing. It's just my opinion. He comes across as such a fucking down-to-earth guy. People that do know him say he is, and away from football, which I think is important too. There is no way in a million years that Virgil van Dijk is taking the piss. I think they're taking the piss, Hughes and Edwards, with that. I really do. With contract negotiations, the player and the agent, whoever comes in here, the club come in here, and then at some point they meet in the middle, right? Yeah? I think Liverpool, instead of coming in here, have come in here, like literally taking the piss. That's what I think's happening with the Virgil situation. And what gives me more strength to that feeling is then Luis Diaz has rejected a contract offer from Liverpool, at least one. There may have been two. I'm not going to go into whether it's one or two. It's a little bit confusing, right? But there's been at least one contract offer made to Luis Diaz. And what was the reason given that he's rejected that? Because he doesn't feel that the contract represents his value to the team, right? He feels that they're taking the piss. There you go. There's another one, another way of explaining it. So that falls into my view with the Virgil one, right? You got Konate saying that, so are you close to it? Well, that's another conversation. So clearly that is below his expectations as well. Are you telling me that all these players are taking the piss with the demands? I don't believe that for 1 minute, guys. I really don't. So we can then look at other situations, right? We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? I don't think that's about money. I think that's about personal ambition and the player's desire to at least consider, if you don't want to believe he's going there or whatever he's going to do. Some people think he hasn't made his mind up. I'm just listening, to your comments, your feedback. Some of you think he hasn't made his mind up. Some of you think he has, right? Whatever the status, whether he does go or not, is, I think, about personal ambition. I don't believe for 1 minute that's about money, right? So that's a little bit different. You've then got Mo Salah. Now, that situation, again, is a bit different to Konate. Virgil van Dijk, Diaz, right? I think this is different because you've got Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, right? They've come back as the dream team for FSG, right? And, you know, I think they're trying to prove to the ownership that we're the fucking best negotiators there are. That's what I think's going on with all this. And I made a quip recently and I said, makes you wonder if they're on some sort of performance, related pay for saving money, But ironically, somebody else said that in one of my videos the other day too. So they're trying to show that they're the fucking, we're the best negotiators going. We'll show that he was right to, appoint us and all that, right? That's what I think's going on. There's a bit of ego there. That's what I think, right? And then they're up against, who is it? What's he called? Rami Abbas, Rami Abbas, right? Mo Salah's agent, right? Who also, I think it would be fair to say, has a bit of an ego, right? And he's like, that's fine. We'll just leave on a fucking free then, right? So the Salah one, I think's about ego. I really do. The people that are involved in it, right? So, and you've got Hughes and Edwards are in a strong position because they know that Salah they've got nobody to compete with, right? Because nobody else is trying to sign him. You can say, well, the Saudis are trying to sign him. They'll offer him the money. Yeah, but he don't want to go out there, right? So who in European football, a European giant, for example, would be offering what we'll be offering? Nobody, right? PSG, they want younger players, yeah? Man City don't need him, and would he go there anyway? That kind of thing. Liverpool know that he wants to stay at the club, right? So if Rami Abbas saying, yeah, well, the Saudis are willing to offer him that money, or more money, should we say, more money, then what would you say if you were Richard Hughes or Edwards, knowing that the player wants to stay and doesn't want to go to Saudi? He'd go, all right then, well, go on then, go and get it. So, but it's a big gamble, isn't it? Because what if Mo changes his mind at some point and goes, you know what, fuck it, I will go out there. Yeah. So the Salah one, I think, is ego, right? Between that agent, Abbas, and Edwards and Hughes. I think that's them, like someone, each side trying to go, we'll fucking show who's in fucking charge here, right? And Rami Abbas giving it, I'm in fucking charge. That's what's going on there. That's what I think the situation is there. Virgil van Dijk, I think they're like lowballing. I think they're taking the piss. Out of all them players there, who's the one player that you could honestly turn around and say, nah, he won't take piss. Virgil ain't taking piss, guys. No way in a million years do I believe he's trying to hold the club to ransom or anything like that. Don't believe it. I'll never believe it. I can't back it up. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a Twitter twat. I don't know everything that's going on. But I hate fucking stupid. I might be fat, but I hate stupid, right? They're taking the piss. Luis Diaz, same situation. Basically saying, right, okay, it's come from the Catalan media, right? And you know that Barcelona have been sniffing around him for ages, yeah? But reliable outlets as well, yeah? Saying, well, the vibe is, because they'll be getting updated off Papa fucking Diaz, won't they? Do you know what I mean? And they're saying, oh, he's rejected it because he feels undervalued. It wasn't, oh, he's rejected it because he wants to move to Barcelona, this amazing club. It's just like, they're watching the situation saying when he's rejected it, he doesn't feel valued to the team. Which what does that mean then? Right? So, and there's that one. And now you've got Konate that we were told was this much from, you know what I mean? Like, for a bit, I'm not going to shout it, but Fabrizio Romano, banging on, you know what he's fucking annoying, guys. I don't care what you fucking say. He's a good laugh, I guess, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, and then you got Konate saying only one person said that we were close. Who was fucking saying that, like, you know what I mean? It's another conversation. What does that mean? It means he doesn't meet what he wants. I don't believe these players are taking the piss, guys. I've never heard this much shit in all my life. Like, with in terms of contracts, seriously, I could go fucking mental, right? Think of all the contracts over the year at Liverpool, right? There's a bit of haggling. And yes, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards should not just go, you want that? Okay, we'll give you it. I get it, it's business, right? It's no different to us on fucking Facebook Marketplace, is it? You know what I'm saying? But you're going to say, it's 25 quid, mate, but you're going to take 20. It's just, they're taking piss. It's so obvious. They're just penny pinching all the fucking time. Run a business, yeah, but just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Seriously. How can you have so many players at one time going, nah? How is that possible? Absolute fucking morons. Are you allowed to use that word these days? Morons? I don't know. Donald Trump got back in yesterday, didn't he? Yeah, all inauguration and all that, says you can call anyone what you fucking want again now, so I don't know. Does that apply to me in Spain? I call people what I fucking want anyway. Don't mean anything by it. Sometimes you just say certain words and people get offended. Well, fuck them people. We don't care about them people. If you get offended, fuck off. See, it's winding me up. It's winding me up. The situation's winding me up. I've never known anything about it in my life. I've never known us have to drag on. And then I got some cheeky cunt on here today saying, well, you're milking this Trent situation. How am I milking it? It's what's fucking happening. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about any of this shit. I don't want to talk about any of it. What are you talking about? Yeah, because what else is there to fucking talk about? You know? We're flying high in all the fucking leagues in the world, and here we are going over this shite. They're taking the piss. They're taking the fucking piss. I wish someone would just come in, right, and say, yeah, we'll take Mo Salah, we'll take Konate. Watch them fucking change their attitudes then. That's the problem, man. And the thing is, we've got players that are like, you know what, I just want to play for this club. Think about it. Think about it, right? They want to play for the club, right? Virgil, Mo, Konate want to play for Liverpool Football Club. Okay, we've seen a bit of like Mo, you know, saying certain things in the media, playing the media. That's because him and Run Me a Bath are not stupid. If you watch my videos for fucking years, I've told you, don't underestimate Mo Salah. He ain't daft, right? You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. Yeah? Same with Virgil posting black and white fucking photos. They know that someone might like read that particularly. They know what they're doing. But what they're not doing is they're not whoring themselves around different clubs. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool should, you know, like, they want to play for us, right? Luis Diaz, does he want to play for us? I'm not so sure about that. I think he does, right? But there is this Barcelona connection, and it's obvious, right? And we're probably going to see more about Barcelona crop up over the coming weeks and months. You know that. The Trent situation, you know. I saw something on the TV the other day saying, just offer him this. And then, you know, like, I don't think it matters how much you offer Trent. You know, because he's obviously got Real Madrid in his mind. Real Madrid want to come for him if they hadn't been told, yeah, I want to go there. So unless he changes his mind, he's off there, right? But they're taking the piss, guys. They are taking the piss. They are taking the fucking piss. They are. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Never. And, you know, there's part of me that says, you know what, I wish something would go fucking wrong in terms of it backfiring on them. Do you know what I mean? You know, we've got some quality players there. You know, I don't know, maybe Diaz does want to stay, but I won't say, yeah, he definitely wants to stay. But we know that Konate, Virgil and Mo do. You know, and to me, they're the most important players. But you know what? It's getting to now, what? It's the 21st of January, all right? If you were Richard Hughes or Edwards, right? If you were Richard Hughes or Edwards, and you knew that you were going to meet the demands of 1, 2, 3 of those players, whatever, right? And you'd known that in December or early January, would you have gone back to their agents and told them that yet? I wouldn't. I would have said, now we've got the transfer window, so we might not do anything in the window, or it might not be an overly exciting period, so we'll try and drop this news when it's more beneficial to us. So if they're sat there going, we know we're going to give Konate what he fucking wants, do you know what I mean? Would you really sort that out at the beginning of January? Or would you try and pan it out to tie in with the end of the window or something like that, if you're forced to do something? Do you know what I mean? It's so fucking obvious. But it's not obvious that that's what they're going to do, but it's obvious that that's the mindset at Liverpool Football Club these days in terms of, you know, when to break news. Don't break it in the first week. They're like politicians, aren't they? Don't break the news at the first. Let's wait until we need to bury something like a transfer window. And then, right, then you've got the Liverpool Clicker journalists, right? Listen to this, right? Sources close to Konate believe the consistency of his performances, the gold standard partnership with Van Dijk, his status in his squad, as Rafa Benitez would say, squad, for sure, as well as literally putting his body on the line for the club. He's putting it on the fuck off. Now I'm sticking up for, what do you mean put his body on the line? Should be reflected in how well he is rewarded, says Melissa Reddy. What does she fucking know, Melissa Reddy? How come this clique here always knows something after the fucking event? Do you know what I mean? Melissa Reddy, she knows a thing or two. No, I'm not going to go there. we some of us know what she likes, and allegedly I don't. I mean, she don't get me wrong. She's probably a really, really nice person. And don't start saying to me, you're being sexist. No, because the others, there's more men. They're fucking useless too. They are. They're just a clique of journalists. Do you know what I mean? That, like, I guarantee you, right? If Mo Salah signs a contract today, right, and that came out, yeah, you know it's going to come from Joyce straight away anyway, or Ornstein, but I suspect Joyce, right, which is Michael Edwards really, right? If that comes out, you do know that the likes of Melissa Reddy and the others, they'll all piggyback onto it, and then they'll be publishing articles about how the Salah deal was negotiated. Do you know what I mean? How come they don't publish that the day before it's announced and say how the Salah deal was negotiated, it'll be announced tomorrow? Because they're no better, them fuckers, than Twitter twats, ITKs on Twitter. They aren't. They're all useless. A lot of them. I only listen, me, to Ornstein and Joyce, that's it. Sometimes for Bitsy or I'm not going to shout it. But, you know, he's all right for a bit of entertainment, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? But, you know, there is some, you know, videos on YouTube, you know, alleging, right? I think it was the Swedish media that outed him as, like, you know, he put stuff out, allegedly, they were saying, for money and that, like, because he can influence the valuation of a deal and stuff like that. I mean, I would never think that of Fabrizio Romano at all. Do you know what I mean? Someone will leave a comment, now what are you talking about contracts for? It's all you're talking about. Oh, fuck it, I swear to. Right. If you appreciate this video, please thumbs up this video. It doesn't mean that you agree with anything I've said in this video, right? If you've got a comment and you would like to leave a comment, then please do. Make sure it's a nice comment. And if you're going to be sarcastic, make sure you put an emoji on the end of it, because honestly, I'm trigger happy. I get my fucking mouth. If I see someone putting something smart and there's no emoji there, I just assume they're being so they're gone. And you can never comment again on my channel. You can see the comments, but we can't, and you won't even know that, all right? And it's irreversible. You can't. My channel's glitched somehow. YouTube can't fix it. So if you accidentally get done, I can't get you back. So fucking using. Sorry, I don't mean to be aggressive. So using him. They're just it's winding me up. It's winding me up. I'll try again. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. If you've got a nice comment that you'd like to leave, because you know we're all nice around these parts, and please leave a nice comment. Thank you. And if you'd like to buy me a beer or a bottle of vodka, no, if you'd like to get me a coffee, you know, a coffee for tomorrow, then yeah, please do it. Hit the love heart button, which is under the video, and I'll give you a shout out tomorrow morning, whatever it's called. Guys, I'm not acting. I'm genuinely, right, angry, mad, fed up. What's that? Get a message on my phone. Some fucking idiot will be messaging me now about something and nothing. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Like, can you, like, think about it? If all this shite was resolved, how much of a great season, you know, like, I know, we're doing well, right? But would we do better if we didn't have all these discussions going on? Every fucking press conference. And Arne Slot, he must be getting fucking sick of it. You know, we saw what happened to Jurgen. Jurgen left the club, looks about fucking, I don't know, 15 years younger. Do you reckon if I stopped covering Liverpool FC, I'd look younger and thinner and that? Do you reckon? What do you reckon? Is that why I look so fucked? Because I've been doing this for 27 years nearly. Oh. I know I'm right on these. I know I can't back up anything I'm fucking saying, but at least I'm honest. I don't come on here like the rest of these these people, and say to you, you know, my source says this. I don't know what accent. I'm trying to do a Scottish accent. Oh, okay, didn't need a siege me. Okay, didn't need a siege me. Fucking head, but yeah, that's what I do, don't they? My granddad was from Glasgow, so you can't have a go at me. All right, he was from the Gorbles. My name's Duncan. Come on. I can take the piss. I see you, Jimmy. Fucking headbutt like that. What I mean is to come on here, don't they, in the rant and rave and all that, to tell you they all know what's going on. I come on here and say I ain't got a fucking clue. You know what I mean? Sometimes I do, though. Sometimes I know what's going on. Right, I'm off. See you in a bit.